Hey everybody, today I'm going to talk to you about ranked choice voting. I'm going to kind of explain how it works. I'm going to talk about some pros and cons, and just to give you an overview of how this works, because like, what else do we have to do? Okay, so how it works is, let's say there are 5 candidates. What you're going to do is you're going to rank these candidates, your favorite to your least favorite. The goal being to get, for one candidate to get, majority of votes, okay, to get 51% of the votes. So everybody gets ranked, they tabulate those results, they look at who came in 5th, and they knock that candidate out of the race, okay? So they knock this candidate out of the race, and what they do is they take those voters' second choice and roll it up into the other votes, okay? Likely by then you're not going to have reached the majority, you're not going to have reached 51%. So then they look at who came in 4th, and they knock that candidate out of the race. They take those voters' next choice and roll it up into the other 3 candidates remaining. And they'll continue doing this until someone has reached a majority, until the majority of Americans have said, I can handle this person. They're not my absolute least favorite. Obviously, that seems pretty basic. You know, it's just basic math. Lots of places are doing it this way. The entire state of Maine votes this way. Parts of California vote this way, parts of the UK, Australia, the Oscars are voted this way, so it gives it like a little bit of clout, if the Oscars are something that you believe in. They happen regardless. So why it's good? There's so many benefits to ranked choice voting. First and foremost, for my particular candidacy, it allows third parties and third-party candidates to have more accessibility in the political process, okay? Second most important part, it saves money. Here in Kansas City, obviously, we have runoff voting for the mayoral elections, right? We wouldn't have to do that. We could just vote once and save the money on that second vote. Another reason that is good is because you get to vote, you're not forced to vote the lesser of 2 evils. You're not forced to vote for this guy because this other guy is terrible. It allows us to vote for platforms. Again, this is why it's really good for third parties, is because it allows you to vote for the individual candidate and what their platform is, what they're willing to bring to this office or position. And so you get to vote for platforms and not party lines. It allows you to really engage with what that person is going to be bringing to the position. Another reason that people like it is because it gives you kind of a spectrum of acceptability, right? So it's the person that you ranked 1. It's, yes, I love this person. They're going to fix everything that's wrong with us, which they're not going to do. Nobody can do that. It takes all of us. But anyway, but then on the opposite side of that, it's that 5 part. It's that 5th rank. I hate this person. I think they're terrible, and I just don't think that in any capacity they should be in charge. And then it gives you, again, those kind of in-betweens where it's like, you know, they're not my favorite, but like, I could deal with it. And so it brings that to the political process. And you get those statistics, you get that data. You get to say, oh, Joe is like awful. He's my 5. And then you get Jane, who is just terrific. So anyway. So moving over to kind of the cons, I think the biggest part of ranked choice voting that people don't like is just that it's very unfamiliar to them. It's kind of mysterious. It's like, oh, what does it mean, ranked choice voting? Oh my gosh, it's so different. So it must be scary. And it's not. It's just numbers. Numbers aren't scary. So I think the con is just that unfamiliarity. I think that's the biggest con. Another con, obviously, is that because it is unfamiliar to people, specifically in the American public, there is kind of this upfront education of like, what does this look like? How does it work? How is it going to change how you currently vote? And that kind of segues into another con that people have, is that some people really like how the voting process works now. Some people don't want that to change. They think it's working fine for them, which is a different video entirely. And the cool thing about ranked choice voting is that you can still vote the same way. If you only want 2 options, you can just vote for 2 candidates. You can say, this person is my first and this person is my second, or you can just vote for 1 candidate. You can say, this is the only person that I think is a viable option for this office, and it's the only one that's getting my vote. At that point, obviously, you do lose kind of the spectrum. And there are times when the elections don't come to a majority because people have just voted for 1 or 2 persons. I know Australia does like 4. I mean, I know that it's part of their voting process that you do have to rank all of the choices. But it's a really viable option, and it's definitely something that we that would better our voting process. It increases voter turnout and voter engagement, which is really what we need. We need a populace who is going to show up and make their will be known in the form of voting, which, you know, a lot of people think is the best and only way to engage politically. I disagree with that statement, but again, that's another video. So I just kind of wanted to come in and talk to people, you know, put this video out and just see how people are thinking about it. Feel free to comment any questions. I would love questions, and I am very available right now, so just let me know. Obviously, I have kind of called a little bit for other topics that you would like me to make videos on while we're all in, you know, self-sequestration. So comment, do it like that. Everybody, stay safe and be kind to each other, you know, all that good stuff. Peace.